I mean, it's kind of simple. Like, it's like, you know, when it comes to protection, you got to have two people in agreement. You know, whether it's mother, whether it's father, or parent and child. You know, whether you're trying to build a relationship with somebody, you gotta be in agreement with someone. First of all, it's like you got to get to the point in your mind to where do you have to really look at yourself and say, do I really want to be protected first? The reality of it is a lot of people don't really want to be protected, and a lot of people don't talk about that. You know, do you really want to be protected? Why? Because if you are leaning, you have to want protection, because protection is an agreement that shows that, guess what, you're vulnerable to me to a point. You count on me, you rely on me. There's vulnerability in me protecting you, and a lot of people don't want to be vulnerable to people. You know, so what they do, I live with my back against the wall. All I got is me, and I made it this far, and this is where we at. Now you have to understand the aspects of protection is different. You know, it depends on the relationship, the nature of the relationship that you're dealing with. But like I say, you know, a protector has to have something to protect, right? A protector has to have something to protect. It has to have something that's willing to allow it to protect it. You know, like this is just the basics. You know, I can't protect you if you're not allowing me to protect you. In order for you to allow me to protect you, guess what? You have to be receptive to what I'm saying. You have to listen and be receptive and allow yourself to apply this stuff to your life that I'm telling you. I don't have to always physically be there to protect you. You got physical protection, and you got mental protection. You got spirit. You got all those type of protections. But you have to be willing and receptive to apply the stuff to your life that your protector is telling you to do. Guess what? That brings a level of submission. And when people hear submission, guess what? They think somebody's trying to run my life. Somebody's trying to tell me what to do. Somebody's trying to enslave me. That's when they think of submission, this is what they think. So you have to change your ideology of that. Parent-child protection is simple. You know, parent tells the child the right thing to do. Child, trusting the parent, you apply it to your life, and my parents told me right. That should be simple. That should be simple. The problem is these platonic relationships that we get into, whether it's trying to be with somebody or have friendships with people, build brotherhood, sisterhood. This is what we have. Like a lot of it now is like women saying, women need to be more protected. Men need to step up and protect women more, whatever. And then you have some men like us saying, man, we do protect y'all. We do put our best foot forward. We do try to tell y'all the right stuff. But me as a man, I understand where you coming from, and I understand why it's hard for you to drop your guard, because a lot of the truth is they run across these suckers in life. They run across these men who manipulate that. They meet him. Oh, he look like he's a nice person. He sells me them sweet nothings. He tell me everything. He makes me feel like I can move the world as a woman. And he champions me. He champions me up. And then all of a sudden, I give myself to him. And he do a 180. I got what I want. Bad seed. Now she can't trust nobody. She gave herself to somebody that she thought that was going to ride. And he got what he wanted and he dipped. Bad seed dropped. Same thing with brothers. Brothers have their back against the wall. It's me versus the world. And then you got a brother that come in and tell him, man, it ain't like that. Every brother ain't about that, man. Every brother ain't about that. And then he opens himself up to his brother. In the spirit of brotherhood. He gets stabbed in the back. This brother now trying to holler at his gal or something. Bad seed dropped. Bad seed dropped. Now the gap, now the distrust that was just a crack in the ground is a canyon. Because now he don't really trust nobody. Now she really don't trust nobody. All right, now this is my final video on this. So the willingness, it's simple as this. I feel like a lot of the times, man, a lot of protection issues and manipulation issues and all that stuff like that, it comes from unresolved child issues. It comes from unresolved child issues, and as you grow older, if you don't heal those issues, they just multiply. When you start dealing with new people as you grow in life, and relationships start to happen and they start to fall apart, friendships start to fall apart, and all these things start to happen, these things just get stacked upon you. Now, this is where reassurance and the healing process come into play. It's hard enough trying to reassure somebody who hasn't been through a lot, relational wise. Now, imagine trying to reassure someone who has never healed from the transgressions that happened to them. You know, imagine trying to reassure somebody. Like I tell people all the time, reassurance is not a game for the weak, especially when you're dealing with unhealed people. And many of the people you're dealing with in life are unhealed. They haven't healed. See, the problem is they healed. They haven't healed. They figured out how to get over the person who committed the transgression to them. But they haven't healed from the ideology of the transgressions that happened to them. You got over the person, or you got over the people. You no longer need them in your life. You don't yearn to be around them. But you haven't healed from the ideology of, oh, this is going to happen to me. This is going to happen to me. This is how people act. This is how people go. You haven't healed from that. You haven't healed from the inside. So with that being said, man, it's like, how can you protect somebody who doesn't even understand protection? How can you protect a person who don't even recognize protection? Man or woman. Mr. Right or Mrs. Right are coming to your life. And they really do be Mr. or Mrs. Right for you. But see, now an uphill battle has turned into an up mountain battle for them. And reassurance is a game. It's not a game for the weak. And all the good stuff that they do to your life, the affirmations and everything like that, you are so broken and so beaten down, you can't even recognize. You can't even recognize protection. Because that's how beat down you are. That's how distorted your mind is. You can't even recognize protection.